Formula One is back in 2021 with the first day of preseason testing over and done with. Now, over the past few years during preseason testing, we've seen all types of weather. We've seen dry running, of course. We've seen wet sessions. We've even seen snow a few years ago as well. But today was a new one. Today we had a sandstorm effect the first day of preseason testing, and it definitely wreaked havoc for a few of the drivers and the teams. Now, in this video, I'm going to be going through which of the teams had a good day and which of the teams perhaps had a bad day, and we'll need to do a bit of catching up in the second day of preseason testing. Now, I'm not going to be talking about every single team on the grid, just some of the big highlights throughout the first day of preseason testing. So yeah, let's get into it. Now, let's start off with the teams that will be happy with their first day progress, and there is no better place to start other than Red Bull. They finished the day at the top of the timing sheets, setting a time of 1 minute 30.674 on the C3 compound. But more importantly, Max Verstappen, who was the only Red Bull driver in the car for the first day, did a total of 139 laps. Now, very early on, they did have a little bit of an edgy start. Max Verstappen in the new RB16B, it wasn't quite hooked up, and no doubt that was partly due to the fact that we had a lot of sand on track and the conditions weren't perfect. But the car itself, a lot of the journalists and a lot of the presenters said it just looked a little bit edgy, and I definitely agree. He was sliding around, he had a few moments, he also had a bit of a spin early on, but as the session progressed, he really did dial in that car and the drivability clearly improved, and he really did set some nice times and, more importantly, just do a lot of miles, which was great to see. But I think more important than anything else, Red Bull and Honda had zero reliability issues, and I think that is one of the most important things, because last season Max had quite a few retirements and so many points were lost because of reliability issues. So I think that's one of the most important things over the next couple of days when Sergio Perez also gets in the car tomorrow. And overall, I think Red Bull will be really happy. There was a really good vibe from the team. Clearly, they liked the progress that they made over the course of the first day, and I think just overall for Formula One, this is great to see, because I've been saying in some of my videos over the past few months that Red Bull need to start strong. None of this starting weak and improving over the course of the season. They need to come out of the box fighting, and that is exactly what they've done, which is absolutely fantastic. And in fact, Mercedes, who we're going to talk about a little bit later, are the team that is a little bit on the back foot. So hopefully it progresses over the course of the next coming days as well, with Sergio Perez being in the car tomorrow, and hopefully again he can put in more laps and set some fast times as well, because it's all relative, but it all does matter. Fast times and laps and reliability are the three most important things, and as I said, after this first day, I think Red Bull are going to leave very happy. So yeah, a very good start by Red Bull. Next up, let's talk about McLaren, and a very, very good first day, no doubt about it. They finished second in the timings with a time of 1 minute 30.889 on the C3 tyre, with Lando Norris doing 46 laps, and also Daniel Ricciardo in the morning session actually had the quickest time at the end of the first session with a time of 1 minute 32.203 on the C2 tyre, doing 45 laps. So whilst the mileage isn't absolutely incredible, because combined it is only 91 laps, I think what is most important for McLaren is the drivability and reliability of their brand new power unit. Of course, they have the Mercedes engine for 2021, but right from the get-go, whilst everyone else was slipping around, sliding around, and as I mentioned, even Red Bull and Max had a few spins, everyone that saw the McLaren said that it looked really planted, really nice right off the bat in the hands of Daniel Ricciardo. He's not going to be slow getting used to a brand new team. He was just quick right out of the box, and that is fantastic news. Obviously, there was a lot of hype, and is a lot of hype for McLaren going into this season, and they've clearly had a great start during the first day of preseason testing, and Norris putting that time quite late on in the session, going second fastest. Yes, I know you can't take too much away from the times, but being only 2 or 3 tenths away from the Red Bull, that was very impressive. And overall, I just got a really good vibe from the team. The two drivers were smiling, so that was great to see as well, and nothing but positive vibes coming out of McLaren, and I look forward to seeing what they can do in the next couple of days. The last team that I want to talk about in terms of the ones that had a positive first day was Alpine. Now, the team finished third overall in terms of the standings with a time of 1 minute 31.146 on the C4 tyre, but more importantly than anything else, similar to Red Bull, doing 129 laps, all courtesy of Esteban Ocon, who was the only driver for Alpine in the first day of testing. Now, the reason why the mileage, more than anything else, is the most important thing is that last year Renault had quite a few reliable reliability issues, and that really was their Achilles heel. The car was good, but reliability was definitely not their strong suit, and specifically for Esteban Ocon, it's really good to see him have a really clean and trouble-free day, because whether it was an engine issue in Imola, whether it was a brake issue in Mugello, it cost Esteban Ocon no doubt quite a few points. So just really good to see them have a lot of mileage on the car, and yes, set some good times, even if it was on a softer tyre compared to everyone else right at the end of the session. So overall, a very solid day for Alpine, and just in general, though, again, kind of similar to McLaren, the vibe was really good. Esteban Ocon was nothing but smiles whenever the camera was on him, and just a lot of positivity coming out of the team as well. So yeah, a great day overall, and I look forward to seeing Fernando Alonso in the car tomorrow. So now let's take a look at some of the teams who perhaps didn't have the best first day and might be looking to make up some ground on the second day of preseason testing. Now first up, I have got Aston Martin, who in the hands of Lance Stroll managed to set a best lap of 1 minute 31.782 on the prototype tyre, which is similar to the C3, with doing 46 laps in the process, and also Sebastian Vettel setting a time of 1 minute 33.742 also on the prototype tyre and doing 51 laps in the process. Now, although the team did not have a horrible first day, I still don't think they're going to be 100% happy, because they had a few little issues there and there. Sebastian Vettel in particular, not only did he have to stop in the pit lane at one point, but definitely in the morning session, although I did say that all of the teams were struggling, coping with the new aero regulations, having less grip at the rear, and also just the conditions in general with all of the sand. I think Seb, more than anyone else, he did not look 100% comfortable. Whenever we saw onboards of him, he was just sliding around a lot, missing apexes, really struggling on power output on the exit of corners. So yeah, I think him in particular is going to want to do a little bit more work over the next few days to really feel comfortable in the car. I just did not get the vibe that Seb was 100% in tune with that car. And even Lance Stroll in the second session of the day, he just didn't have that confidence like someone like a Lando Norris did in the McLaren, or even Pierre Gasly in the AlphaTauri. So I think both of the drivers are still learning this brand new Aston Martin AMR 21. So yeah, although it wasn't a bad day by any means, I think they're going to be looking to just get more comfortable and really set better times in the second day of testing. So lastly, there is only one team left to talk about, and it has to be Mercedes, who most definitely did have a shocking day that they're going to be very disappointed with, and they have got a lot of catching up to do. Valtteri Bottas managed just 6 laps after the team had a gearbox and startup issue, so they had barely any running in the morning session, and even though they got out in the second session of the day, they got out a little bit late, so lost a little bit of time there. And even Lewis Hamilton, when he finally was able to get out in the second session of the day, he only managed to set a time of 1 minute 32.912 on the C2 compound and only managed 42 laps. And the mileage, I think, is going to be the biggest disappointment, because with both of their drivers, they only managed to do 48 laps. And when you compare it to last year in 2020, on the very first day of testing, again with both of their drivers combined, they managed to do 173 laps. So yeah, a massive difference. And apart from the mileage, not only did they have that reliability issue in the first session, but when Lewis was on the track, the car, to be honest, I mean, just from the onboards, was an absolute mess. Not only was it sliding around, not only was Lewis just catching so many slides and clearly not comfortable with how the car was handling, but it was constantly locking up, and Lewis just could not get the feel of the brakes. In fact, I think he went 3 or 4 consecutive laps making mistakes, locking up and having to abort the lap. So no doubt Mercedes are going to be frustrated after this first day of preseason testing. However, guys, I don't think it's time just yet to wind up the Nico Rosberg "is this the end of Mercedes" memes. Just remember, this is the team that has won the past 7 constructors titles and 7 drivers titles as well. So yeah, no doubt they're going to come back swinging on the second day of preseason testing, get a lot of mileage under their belt. I'm honestly expecting a minimum of 150 laps combined for both of their drivers. So yeah, no doubt they're going to come back stronger tomorrow. Anyway guys, there you go. That is my quick thoughts on the first day of preseason testing. Now let me know all of your thoughts in the comments box below in terms of which teams look good, which teams maybe didn't look as good. So yeah, I can't wait to see what you guys think. Anyway guys, I will see you in the next one. Bye guys.